have a quick live stream tonight. We're out here working on the Carbon Fox, and I figured why not go ahead and talk with you guys, try to spread a little bit of motivation if we can. So you guys go ahead and sound off in the comments who we got in the house tonight. Just turn this down before we get a copyright strike. There we go. So basically tonight I just want to help you guys out if you're struggling with motivation. It's somewhat of a church session tonight, if you will. What's going on, Auto Salvage? What's happening? So what's going on, Landon? So sound off right now in the comments below if you are struggling with your build. Like, what's going on with you guys? Are you lacking motivation? You lacking money? Like, what's the deal? What's the issue? I'm gonna try to help you out because, and here's why I'm gonna do it. We're currently working on the Carbon Fox, and I'm trying to push through this build for you guys to show you that it can be done. And I feel like I can't get on your ass, and I can't give you crap if I'm not out here working and grinding. So it takes a night like this to really get out here and push through and make stuff work, to realize that anybody can do this. So tonight, if you all don't know how our church session goes, it's not always the easiest thing for you guys to maybe hear, but it's something that I feel like needs to be said, and sometimes people just need to hear it, right? I'll be daddy, I'll be brother, I'll be whatever you need to be tonight. But work's got to be done, okay? We can all make excuses, but in the end, it doesn't matter if work needs to be done, right? You need to work until you can't work anymore. Much love, what's going on? Yes. Who all we got in the house? Let's check it out. Mustang Guy 6501, what's going on? Lamar Richardson. B-Rad says, what's up, Nakia? Finally made it to a live, by the way. Placed an order a few minutes ago. You guys have been killing the order list. So I was at O'Reilly Auto Parts earlier getting some belt, actually a belt for the car, for the Carbon Fox. Did I say Calypso earlier? I don't know. So for the Carbon Fox. And I heard my phone going off. Cha-ching, cha-ching. That's what it does when you guys buy stuff. And I'm like, what's going on? And I realized that my wife had, I guess, posted an update, I think, on the shirts. She got some more stuff in. So if you guys want to, you can head over to shopbrutal.com. You can buy yourself some shirts, some merch. I think we have a few more of these left, built with quality. So guys, go over and check that out. I appreciate all the support. It's really helped out on these builds lately. But tonight, I want to know if you guys are struggling with your builds and what's going on with you, okay? Let's talk about it, okay? Late model restoration in the house, guys. We got LMR in the house, and it is late. That's what I'm talking about. Working the night shift. Mike Strominski in the house. What's going on? Home improvement, keeping me away from the Fox. So now, listen. So Brandon says that home improvements are keeping him away from the Fox. Hear me out. There's always more to the story, okay? We're going to probably get pretty harsh tonight in our little motivational speech. But understand that I do understand, guys. I know that you got kids, you got families, you got jobs, you got other things going on, maybe money's tight, okay? I'm speaking to the ones that are capable of getting work done, that just choose to not get done, that sit on the couch and wish that their car would be built. Here's the thing. You might not like what I say, but I'm out here living the life, and I'm proving to you guys that it can be done. That's my job. I feel like if there's anything in this world that I can give you guys, it's motivation, okay? And I push myself to the limits to show you that it can be done. And still try to make time for my family and for housework and for cutting grass and everything else, okay? So I need you guys to understand that before we get started on this, because it may not go too good. Nikki in the house. Hey, our whole family. Yes, absolutely. We got everybody in the house. Handling Motorsports in the house. I'm definitely struggling with my build. Got the headers removed tonight and found a hole in the block that I didn't see. Andrew, guys, if you don't know, we work with Handling Motorsports. Great guys over there. I love Andrew to death. Matter of fact, we got a package from them earlier, and I think you're going to really like it. But see, even guys that do this, I mean, look, we all struggle with it, okay? So Andrew just found a hole in the block of what he was working on. You know, we're going to face this, and you can't give up. That's the biggest thing, right? Is to continue to push through your build. I want to give up at times, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I take my butt in the house and I go in there and I just sit in the AC and, you know, spend time with the kids. We need to, you know, kind of unwind, I guess, if you will. We do need to do that from time to time, but you got to get back out and you got to work on your stuff. Now that speaks to anything in life, okay? It's not, remember this, whatever we talk about tonight, relate that to anything in your life that needs work, whether it be your job, your work ethic, your home, your, you know, spending time with your spouse or your kids or whatever the case may be, okay? The whole like excuses thing, I don't buy into that, okay? I'm not one for that. Get out there and prove yourself wrong, because you probably doubt yourself as well, and prove the world wrong, okay? It's okay to do. It's okay to think that way. You guys probably don't know this. I actually will fabricate a story in my head that somebody doesn't believe in me. One of you in the comments section has said something negative about me, and I actually make a story up, make something up in my head, and I use that as fuel for my fire, okay? That's what I do. You got to do what you got to do. Working on my cars is winding down for me. So Stainless Slayer, let me say this, I completely understand. Look, this video is not for everybody. I'll give you a good example. Papa T retired last year from, I mean, he's worked at the paper mill for like over 40 years, okay? He doesn't need to be out here pushing and just, you know, getting after it every day. You know if you need to hear this message. You know, I hear people say all the time, I wish I could do this or I wish I could do that. I'm here to tell you that you can. Here's what I want everybody to understand, okay, in this live stream tonight. I didn't think I could do a lot of this stuff. I mean, if I'm being honest, I was somewhat of a screw up early on in my life. You know, I thought I knew these Mustangs, and, you know, I worked on them, don't get me wrong, but I made a lot of mistakes. And I'm still making mistakes today. But at the same time, you know, I keep pushing. I want to learn more. I'm not going to give up. I realize that I didn't know everything back then, and I don't know everything now. But like I said, relate this to anything in your life. It doesn't have to be Fox bodies. It can be anything. If you need to spend more time focusing on your job, then do that. The excuses, though, that we make for ourselves as humans it's honestly, it's ridiculous. Depression, I understand there's severe cases of depression, but a lot of us, and hear me out here, a lot of us get depressed, okay? If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I get depressed as well. There's times I just want to curl up in a ball somewhere and just not wake up. But I get up, okay? I've got an obligation to my family and to you guys as well to get out and do work and show you that it can be done. Now, this is not a comfortable thing for a lot of people to hear, but you got to get up off your ass and you got to make life happen, okay? We're given one chance at life, as far as I know anyway, one chance at life. Don't let life pass you by without getting out and doing the best that you can. If tomorrow you were on your deathbed, would you be happy with the life that you lived? That's a good question for everybody right now. What would you change if tomorrow you were literally on your deathbed? Would you wish you have done more with your family, with your friends, in your career, work on these cars, whatever the case may be? Would you wish you had done more? That's a question that I ask myself all the time. And at this point, the answer is no. I would not be happy with myself. There are still things that I want to show you guys and I want to teach you. See, these are not necessarily fun topics. This isn't something that's going to make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Some of you guys aren't going to like this. But I'm here to tell you a lot of you need to hear it. I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. If anybody has seen the current Becoming Brutal video, the members have seen it. I actually posted it today. I had nothing, okay? I pulled my ass up from ruins and I got out there and I got after it, okay? So a guy from Southwest Georgia, from the woods, from nowhere, that nobody knew, we were able to do what we've done now. So I'm here to tell you that it can happen, okay? You just got to believe in yourself and you got to be passionate. Yeah, so Christopher says doing it yourself is more satisfying. So let's talk about this. Big Fox 302 says, I have an image in my head of what I want my car to look like. The kid in me wants it to get done fast, but the adult in me doesn't want to overload myself. You know, there's a fine line in that. You guys know what you can and can't do. Here's what I'll say. Push yourself harder than you've ever pushed yourself before. Try to manage work, try to manage your car, your kids, your wife, and everything. Push yourself as hard as you can, because I'm going to be honest with you, nothing good in life comes easy. Now, I don't want any of you to have a nervous breakdown, a mental breakdown, or anything like that, but damn it, we're too easy on ourselves. You know, we come home, oh, I've had a rough day. You kick your feet up and you don't do shit. You come home the next day, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Guys, we can do so much more in life. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to be the guy that literally took the easy road his whole damn life? Is that what you want to be? I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that took that path that nobody wants to take, right? That's who I want to be. And I want to share that with you guys and show you that it can be done, okay? So don't always just take the easy road, but at the same time, know your limits. Yeah, I mean, we all need the truth. MJI, we all do need the truth. I need to hear this as well. So if you don't know, if you've never watched one of my church videos, then we're going to kind of take it easy tonight on this one. But if you never watched one of my church videos, it gets pretty brutal, for lack of a better term, I guess. But it's stuff that we need to hear. And as well, I need to hear it myself. You know, as you get older, things become harder. You know, you don't have the time, you don't have the motivation, you just don't have the energy, okay? But here's what I'm saying. Push yourself regardless. I promise you it'll make you feel better about yourself if you can. Now, at the same time, and I have to keep reiterating this, if you have a wife, if you have a husband, whatever the case may be, and kids, please don't forget about them. But as a man, I know that we need to challenge ourselves. We need to prove to ourselves that we can do what we set out to do. If you do not fulfill that goal, a lot of times you're going to feel empty inside. I know I do. I come out, you know, and I work on these cars and I bust my ass. And I feel better in the end when it's all said and done. The nights that I don't do anything and I feel sorry for myself, I don't know. I just feel empty inside, I guess you could say. I know not everybody feels that way, but I guess here's my thing with this. I want to inspire you guys to do more, but be smart about it. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to push anybody over the edge and cause a divorce or something like that. It's really hard to explain, but do more. Do more than you thought you could do. That's all. Woo! With this weather, 108 in Cali. I'm taking a break on my Fox GT. Yeah, sometimes we got to take a break, okay? I'm going to take a break tonight. I'm going to go inside, chill out, and that's that. But I guess I could go ahead and flip the camera around and show you guys what we got going on with the car. So, you guys saw the most recent video? Actually, no, I don't think you did. So you've not seen this. So this is a little inside scoop. But we do have the supercharger on the car, and look, that's a lot of work. Guys, I'll say this. I love this Renegade bracket setup. It's beautiful. It's something that I've always wanted. But at the same time, it makes it extremely hard to put everything on and make it work. As you can see, we're still running the manual fan over here, the old analog fan. But getting out here and working on this thing, thinking to myself times that I can't do this. This is just too much. I just want to go inside, chill out with my kids and my family. You know, and then I'm like, no, wake up. We've got to do this. Let's go ahead and finish the job. There's a job to be done, and let's get after it. Then when we do that job and we're finished with it, I feel so much better about myself. I'm glad that I didn't quit. Guys, we can't be quitters, okay? We just can't. Our kids, our family, our friends, everybody's looking at us to finish the damn job. And that's what it takes sometimes. I think there's a lot of you that need to finish the job. I really do. I think there's some of you out there that have not done what you should do, and you need to go ahead and finish the job. You'll feel a lot better about yourself. I know I do as well. I constantly challenge myself. I put myself in shitty situations to see if I can prevail. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I feel a lot better when I do. Okay, you guys got some questions. Let's see. Yeah, just find what makes you happy and stick with it. It makes life easier. I agree. At the same time, though, challenge yourself, guys. I will say that. Yeah, 108 is not worth it. Yeah, you've got to take a break sometimes, guys. Know your limits. I'll say this. Oh yeah, I cut the shit out of my fingers earlier. Know your limitations, but also know what makes you happy. I know for me, challenging myself and putting myself through the paces makes me feel better. Now that's an old school mentality. My grandfather, I got that from him and my dad. My grandfather lived to be 98 years old. He was in the military. He was a staff sergeant in the Air Force. Pretty by the book guy, but he was hardcore. And I guess I learned that from them. I want to challenge myself. I want to know what I can and can't do. And I don't like for anybody to tell me that I can't do something. Here's the deal. If you want to do it, you can learn it. And I think we forget that so often. You know, we look at maybe our parents and the way that they grew up, and they didn't have the internet. They didn't have, you know, all of this stuff at their disposal like we do. But for us, it's so easy. If you want to learn something, all the information is out there in the world. And if it's not on the internet, there's a number that you can call to talk to somebody to find something out. It's just a matter of doing what you need to do. So find what makes you happy, get after it, and push the envelope. Push it, guys. Don't settle for being normal. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, so Scott Riley says that my dad drove me to do things that he couldn't do. And that's the thing, you want your kids to do better than you've done. And push every day to learn something new. Guys, we're here, we got one chance at this shit. Remember this, one chance at life. There again, as far as I know, anyway, make the best of it. Inspire somebody. See, here's the thing. You might think to yourself that, you know, building your car and doing all this stuff doesn't matter to anybody but you. It's not important to anybody but you. But it is. It is more important than you think. If you have kids and, you know, your work ethic is through the roof and you're out here grinding it out, you're working, but you're still managing. You're still spending time with them. Maybe you take your kids, you know, trick-or-treating and you dress them up and you spend time with them. You take them to the park, you know, Christmas time, you take time with them. My point is this. You can bust your ass out here on these cars. You can still work. You can still grind it out and still be a family man. Your kids will notice that. Your family will notice that. And that's what's important. I think that work ethic is something that is taught to kids. And I like for my kids to see me do this because they can't see me at work. They don't come to where I work and see my work ethic, but they do see me out here. They see the blood, the sweat, the tears, all the stuff. And they learn at an early age how to get out there and get after it. Any recommendations on starting a channel? I have a rad Fox body I'd love to share with others and have a fun YouTube channel. So Drew, since this is church tonight, I will be brutally honest with you guys. The Fox body market is saturated, overly saturated at the moment. If you would like to start a channel, I can give you some tips. The main thing is be different. You can't emulate anybody else. You've got to be your own person, in my opinion. and offer something to the Fox Body community that maybe isn't offered at the moment, or maybe slightly different. A different approach, at least. Do that. Or a really super cool car will get you off the ground, but it won't carry you throughout the whole process. Like, you know, you have to evolve on YouTube. And, you know, when I started out, I think I posted a video of Andrew's car, his two-tone car, whenever he had it. And, or still does, but early on. And that video kind of took off, and I'm like, you guys like Fox bodies. So I started posting more Fox body content. I went out and bought one, and I evolved. I moved over into the Fox body world. Before that, I was posting Cobra content, and nobody was really watching it. Since then, we've changed our format from the day that we started Fox body content, and I think that everybody's going to have to go through that. I see a lot of guys asking the question now, what should I do as far as starting a YouTube channel, or specifically Fox Body channel? Get ready, because you got to run the gauntlet. It is pretty rough right now in the Fox Body community. But if you offer something new, I think there's an avenue for you guys. Just be yourself, but at the same time, offer something different than somebody else does. And I think that's really the best thing that I can tell you. Learn how to edit thumbnails and learn how to title your videos. That's very important. Fox Body Mustangs are saturated, but what about other Fox? Yeah, so other Fox chassis stuff is not really that saturated. You're good there on any of that other stuff. Start with the Fox, introduce other builds, don't corner yourself. Exactly. There you go. I'm pretty much dead set on Fox Body stuff other than my 65, so we're kind of cornered in this little niche market, but that's okay. Yeah, don't copy Vice Grip Garage like others have. Exactly. Just be yourself. Look, that's why I do what I do. So we do these church sessions, where I try to motivate you guys, and I just get on here and I talk and I just ramble. I do it because who else is doing it, right? It's different. Maybe it's awkward to you guys, or whatever the case may be, or maybe you don't like it. But here's the thing, I'm just being me. We were out here tonight, me and Andrew, he's actually inside right now, working on some stuff on the computer. We were putting the Supercharger on, and I get this rush of emotion to where I'm like, man, I really need to motivate my guys tonight. I'm feeling good. We've made some progress. I need to get on YouTube and talk to my people. And that's what I do. I shoot from the hip. Everything that I do is shot from the hip. I don't write anything down. I don't take notes. I don't jot down bullet points. None of that. We just grab the camera and we talk. Which, I mean, I guess that's kind of obvious. You can look at my videos and tell that. So Brandon says, your channel has inspired me the whole journey with my car. Let's see, 2 years ago, then when it started, I'm just kind of reading, guys. Cool. So Brandon, you've done body work, paint, and everything else. I think that's cool, man. And that was one of the things that I wanted to teach you guys early on is don't be scared of body work. Look, don't be scared of anything. Nothing. If there's another man out there in this world that can do the job, and you have all of your hands, and you got your feet, and you're not, you don't have stuff going on, I'll say that. You can do it. You can do all of this same stuff. Look, there's a lot of stuff. When I first started the channel, I didn't think I was going to be able to do. I never thought that I would be welding floor pans in, or welding patch panels into the side of a 65 fastback. Or for that matter, even doing the Supercharger type stuff, or dark block, or you name it, turbo builds. All of this happened because I pushed myself. And I said, damn it, if there's another guy out there doing it, why can't I do it? And you got to ask yourself that on anything in life. I promise you, we're just lazy. As humans, if I'm being honest, we're lazy. We like to take the easy road. And that's not always the best option. Sometimes you got to. Guys, understand. Take what I say with a grain of salt, but also know I mean what I say. Be smart about it. I don't want somebody going out there getting a freaking divorce over staying out there for 36 hours straight working on your Fox Body. You know what I mean as adults. But we can do so much more, and we're lazy. for the most part, we're lazy. And I'm the same way. If, full transparency here, the channel is what keeps me going. And I know a lot of you don't have that channel, but something I was thinking about a couple days ago is you can work on your car and still show it to people. There's always Instagram, there's Facebook, or relatives, just friends in general that you can show your work off to. Because if I'm being completely honest with you, one of the biggest things that you need here is a support system. You need somebody to tell you you've done a good job. I wish I could be there to show you and tell you, but I can't be there for all of you guys. But that truly does help. My support system is you guys. It makes it a lot easier for me. For those of you guys that are sitting there right now that don't have a channel and maybe, don't post stuff, it's going to be really hard for you to stay motivated. You have to be self-motivated, okay? I'm self-motivated, but at the same time, I know that we need to put videos out and we need to put content out, and I want to help you guys. And there's an audience out there, waiting for this type of stuff. But that's not available for everybody. But still, and yet, you can show it to your friends, you can show it to your family. And if you're one of the people who can truly self-motivate and actually be happy with yourself and what you've done, I commend you. That is really hard to do, but that's what I'm asking a lot of you to do right now. Is self-motivate. Be proud of yourself. So does an OBS F-150? So yeah, we have some OBS F-150s. Brutal, come help me finish mine. Yeah, I wish I could, Mustang Mike. Would you consider the 94, 95 Mustang Fox body chassis? If you're asking, yeah, basically the 94, 95 all the way up to 99, I'm sorry, all the way up to 04 is really a Fox body chassis, if I'm being honest with you guys. Tuesday night church, yeah, Donnie B, somewhat. So we got Donnie B in the house from Anderson Ford Motorsport. Yeah, it's kind of a church session tonight. I want to try to help motivate everybody as much as I can. All right, so Kent says, I'm sorry I missed your comment. Hey, buddy. Sorry. Hey, buddy, been a while, but I finally made one. Oh, man. Good news, my sister is cancer-free and in remission. As always, thanks for what you do, brother. Kent, man, I'm so glad to hear that. If that's not motivation enough, man, I don't know what is. I went through some tough stuff at the beginning of the year, and you can either let that tear you down when you get bad news like that, or either you can fight through it and you can become, the person that you want to be. I know those situations are really tough. Trust me, I do know. But at the same time, you've got a choice. We all have choices. You can either fight through it, push yourself, get over the bad shit that's happened to you in life, or you can die with it. You can carry it with you until you're no longer here. It's as simple as that, guys. That's the options you have. You can get over it, or you can die with it. And I choose not to. It's rough, and things. They come back and they haunt me almost every day. Every morning I wake up, I think about my mom and what happened. And sometimes I get down and out throughout the day. It's hard. Music is probably my biggest motivator. But it's hard sometimes. I've actually got a video coming out here pretty soon on all that stuff. So What the Fox 302 says, depression plays a big role for me. Not growing my YouTube channel and my business as I do mechanic work for a living. It's truly hard to motivate yourself, especially when you're working on other people's stuff. What the Fox, I want to actually address that real quick. That is a real thing. Okay. Let me give you guys a quick example. When I post a video, if it doesn't do good, I feel like it's a direct reflection on me and my capabilities and who I am as a person, okay? Let me turn this radio down a little bit. That's hard. I think as humans, that's just what we deal with. But the reality of it is we have to look past that. That's not a direct reflection of who you are, because like I'll feel really bad about myself when I post a video and it gets no views and stuff like that, and I'll know better, but it'll still affect me. But you have to realize that you're more than that. Okay, so you're struggling with your YouTube channel not getting views and things like that. Try something new. One of the biggest things that I dealt with in the beginning was not getting views and then sticking to that same format. It's as simple as change your titles, change your thumbnails. Don't clickbait, but change your thumbnails, change your titles up from what you're doing. But getting back to the whole depression thing, it's a real thing. Here's what I'll say though. There are severe cases of depression. I'm not going to get into that because I could probably get myself in some trouble with this topic. But everybody faces some level of depression. It's on you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Don't give into it. Play music. I know a lot of you guys are really into music, but I also know a lot of you aren't. Music is the biggest motivator there is. If you're not into music, try to get into it. Try to learn music. Let it in, okay? Be vulnerable enough to let music in and change your emotion and change who you are and affect your emotion. I promise you it's a big thing. Now, I look to friends and I look to YouTube and everywhere else for motivation. And I know not everybody has that. But look, there again, you have two options. You can either find a way to push through it, or you can live with it the rest of your life. Those are the options that you have. You've got to, if something's not working, then try something else. If you're dealing with depression, you're dealing with stuff like that, continue to try something else. In a sense, it's all mental, okay? Seeing my face on camera is the hardest part. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, music helps so much. Smash that thumbs up, fellas. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Andrew. I appreciate you. I can say this. I will never give up and I will fight every day. Exactly. That's what we have to do as humans, as people. Guys, we can't give up. Life fucking sucks, people. Okay? It's not easy. None of this shit's easy. I never said it was, and nobody has ever said that it is. And if they did, they lied. We're all going to deal with stuff. But how do you deal with it? You can cry about it. You can pout. Look, you got to get up and you've got to make life better. Nobody's going to come do it for you. Now, you may wake up tomorrow and you may feel a little better for sure. But here's the thing. If that same issue comes back around again, you're still not going to know how to deal with it. I've had to make myself deal with stuff. I don't let it get to me. It bothers me and it'll keep me down for a little while, but I'll push through it. I'll say no, because at some point I've got to be happy with life. Life is what it is. You can either choose to be happy about it or you can be pissed off about it. And I choose to find happiness. I'll give you guys a good example. It's Monday, and everybody hates Mondays, right? So you're looking at Monday and you're like, oh my God, I got to work 5 days this week, living for the weekend. Living for the weekend, if that's what you're doing, you're wasting over half of your life. You're giving up 5 days throughout the week for 2 days. Those 5 days you'll never get back. You're basically fast forwarding your life when you live like that. So instead, do this. It's a shitty situation. It's a Monday. Nobody likes Mondays. But what can I look forward to on this crappy day? For me, it's coming home and spending time with my family. It's time for me to relax, guys. I get to come home from work, and I don't necessarily have to work on a Fox body. I can come home and I can watch a movie with my kids and make popcorn and freaking cinnamon rolls or cookies or something like that. Okay? I enjoy that. I say, okay, It sucks that I'm at work right now, but I'm going to come home and I'm going to spend time with my kids. And I look forward to that. Rather than, oh, this whole week's going to suck. 5 days of it, it's going to suck. I can't wait for this weekend. No, you got to live in the moment now. You have to. You got to stop giving up all of this freaking time that you have and living for certain moments. We waste our whole damn lives. You're going to get to an age to where you want all of that back. You're not going to be like, well, at some point in my life, I look forward to this. No. You're going to look back and you're going to wish you had all that time back. So enjoy it now. Don't care how old you are. Enjoy what you got right now. Yeah, that feeling when you stomp on the gas on a fox. We will never please everyone. Encourage yourself and go after your dreams. Exactly. You're never going to make everybody happy. You're not going to make everybody in your life happy, like your friends, your family, and things like that. You got to make yourself happy. Guys, think about it. We want to blame society. We want to blame everything, all of our problems on everything. You can curb all of that mentally. You just got to be strong, okay? You got to try new things. I do it all the time. I get so damn down and out that I don't even want to do a video from time to time. I don't want to come out and work on these cars, but we do it. I do it because what's my option? You know? Deal with it? Nah. I don't want to just, or say, I should say live with it. I don't want to live with it. I'll go ahead and deal with it right now, and we'll try our best to make the best of the situation that we've got. I get down and demotivated because I know what I have to do to my car overall, and I just don't have the money. I would rather drive it than have it sit in my driveway. Now, Scott, that's a good thing here. Okay, let's talk about what Scott just said. He says that he gets down and out because he doesn't have the money to work on his car and do the things that he needs to do to it. He would rather just drive it. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's not the same as a project car that's sitting there on jack stands for years and years. Guys, get out and drive your car. Who freaking cares? The whole point of my channel is to get these cars on the damn road. That's the point. It's not to make them beautiful. It's not to make them fast. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about getting the damn things on the road and enjoying them. Some of my favorite cars that I've seen over the years are fairly rough cars, if I'm being honest. But it's all about the way, it's the demeanor of the person. See, you make the car cool. The car doesn't make you cool. I need everybody to understand that right now. You could have some hellacious swag, right? Some swagger about yourself. And you could roll up on a rusty, patinaed Fox body. And depending on how you carry yourself and if you're happy with your car, it could make me, like, I would notice this. It can make me happy with what I have, right? We all know that guy. You've all seen that guy. You're like, oh man, this dude's living the life like he doesn't give a shit. And we all want to live like that. We all want to have that carefree kind of life, right? Or you can have the guy with this super freaking nice car, big cam, making all this power, beautiful show car, and he just looks like he's miserable. You know what? I'd rather be the other guy. I'd rather have the rusty patina Fox body that's been on the road with 400,000 miles on it and enjoying it, listening to Def Leppard, than this jackass over here that's not happy with his, $50,000 damn bill that he's done. That's what I'm saying. Enjoy what it is that you've got. As long as you're happy, it doesn't matter. Guys, you could live in a cardboard box out in the middle of a field with you and your family. If you and your family are happy with that, and you're truly happy, ain't a damn thing wrong with that. Marriage is hard. Divorce is hard. Choose your hard. Obesity is hard. Being fit is hard. Choose your hard. Being in debt is hard. Being financially disciplined is hard. Choose your hard. Communication is key. Absolutely, I agree. Every freaking thing in life is hard. I mean, if it's worth working for, if it's worth having, it should be hard. I mean, anything that comes for free we take for granted, right? Or easy. It's on jack stands. That's the problem. So, Scott, look. What we're talking about tonight, we're not talking about money issues. I mean, because that happens, right? I have the same problem. Money issues arise on the cars that we're working on, and I just freaking physically can't. I don't have the money to spend. I'll give you guys a good example. Right now, we're tapped out. We overspent on this blower, and I'm done for the rest of the year. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, we're going to do some little things here and there. We got some sponsorship stuff coming up. But I took a risk and I bought this supercharger and went ahead and did it because I felt like it's something that I needed to do. Now, you might not see it at the moment and you might not think so, and it may never actually happen. But I feel like that this needed to be done at the moment right now. So, look, it's not just you. Look, I'm not rolling in freaking money, okay? I don't know what maybe some of you think with this whole YouTube thing. It's not like that. I can promise you. Money is hard to come by. When we get it, a lot of times we just throw it right back into the channel. That's cool. I appreciate you guys and the support. You've allowed this to happen. But here's the thing. That's only what you see in this shop. This building right here, every bit of that YouTube money stays in here. So everything that you're seeing right now is because of you, not the stuff up there in my house. Okay? That's the difference. So if I had to rely on money from what I make at my job and my wife, we wouldn't be doing this Fox Body thing. So I get it. I absolutely get it. Just stay motivated. Get out and do what you can do. There's a lot of the stuff that, like paint jobs and things, if you're paying somebody to do a paint job, it's going to cost you, I'd say bare minimum, $1,500 to $2,500, bare minimum. Do you know that you can go out and buy an air compressor and the paint and a gun for that same amount of money or less money? And now you can paint again and again. But you say, oh, I can't paint. But you can freaking learn it. You can go buy a freaking tent. I showed you guys right here on my channel. You can put 2 tents together. You can wrap it with some damn bisqueen, and you can make yourself somewhere to spray. It can be done. There again, most of us just don't want to. Paint doesn't roast the tires. That's true. Scott, I'm actually more of a paint guy than I am somebody that like wants to build an engine and just go fast first. My first choice is to make the car look good. But everybody's different, right? But I'm always that guy. I want to lower it, put some wheels on it, paint it, make it look good. We'll worry about the engine stuff later. Mustang Chris, thank you so much for the collection plate. Thank you. I do appreciate that. We absolutely can put that to use. Rust is one thing that really seemed to quickly turn people off. Ooh, hold on. He's got some good stuff. But it's not but if it's not a complete rot box, they all come apart at spot welds and can be patched. 86 Mustang has got a point. When we got the Calypso, when we jumped into that thing, we had a lot of rust on that car that we didn't see to start with, and I'm like, oh shit, like I told you guys earlier, I'm like, I've got to put floor pans in this thing. I don't know how to do this. But if I'm being honest, the channel really, having the channel made me learn this type of stuff. So I got on YouTube and I started researching, and I'm like, how do we do this? And I thought to myself one day, I remember sitting at work and I'm like, man, if these guys can do it, why can't I? I have a little welder. I can buy the spot, the replacement panels. And I'm like, let's just get after it and try it. So I remember me and Andrew we went and got a pizza. And I remember we were eating the pizza and we're like cutting this hole out. And we're just like, screw it, man. At this point, we just got to go with it. And we ended up setting the pizza box under the car and taking a picture of it through the floorboard. And that was one of the pictures that I posted. But I just remember that day, it was do or die. We had no choice. We jumped into it and we made ourselves finish the job. And that's what I'm trying to remind you guys of. Finish the job. Don't quit. Don't be scared of things. Here's something to think about. Nobody knows how to do everything. If you've never done something before, then guess what? You don't know how to do it. Don't tell me that you know how to do it because you watched it on YouTube. Yeah, you got an idea of how to do it, but you've never done it. Until you do it, you don't know how to do it. That's one of the things that I had to teach myself early on was, learn what you can from YouTube or, articles or books or whatever the case may be. Learn what you can. And you should have a good understanding of what you've got to do. But then at that point, you got to jump into it. And here's what I found out. A lot of stuff that I had learned online was actually harder than it actually was. Meaning I found shortcuts or different ways of doing things that they were just easier for me. They worked out better for me. And I suggest you guys do the same. So when you see that something is extremely hard, yes, it could be actually as hard or harder for you. But at the same time, you could find an easier way to do some of these jobs that people are struggling with. And you building the Calypso clone is what helped me realize that starting my own work, that transformation was incredible. People really need to watch where the Calypso came from. Yeah, the Calypso, I'm actually want to do like a backstory on that. The Calypso came from nothing, essentially. Welcome to the Cobra package, Scott Riley. I appreciate it. The Calypso was rough. It was a really, really rough car, and I got in so quick. I jumped in like head first into the deep end and didn't really know how to swim. I knew how to doggy paddle, but I didn't know how to swim. And I'm like, shit, it's sink or swim. You better learn right now because all eyes are on you. And what are you gonna do? Are you gonna give up the channel? Are you gonna show everybody that you're a damn quitter? No. You learn the shit and you do it. Look, you gotta look deep inside of yourself. That's what I had to do. I had to dig deep and say, listen, buddy, you gotta put up or shut up. I'm not gonna go down without a fight. So we jumped into this car and I'm like, oh my God, we gotta get after this thing. And I told Andrew, I'm like, hey man, we gotta learn this shit. This is serious stuff now. We're cutting floorboards. We're completely rebuilding that car minus the dash. And we did it. And I'm very, very proud of what we did. I've always worked on Fox bodies, but never to that level. That was something new. And at the time, just so you guys know, at the time there wasn't a lot of YouTube channel money. I think we maybe were at like $500 a month or something like that maybe at that time. So, it was enough to buy some tools and buy some things and help offset the cost, no doubt. But we scraped by to get that build done. But I'm glad we did. Yeah, Mustang Guy 6501 says, yeah, that was amazing. You'd never think that it was a roller. See, Drew, right here. Everyone is a beginner at one point. Experts are the ones that stuck it out through the failures and learn from them rather than run away from them. Bam! If I could pin your post, Drew, I would. Listen what he just said. Everyone is a beginner at one point. It's true. That's my point. None of us know how to do this shit. Look, we're not born knowing how to work on cars and turn wrenches. I was motivated, dedicated, passionate about all of this shit. And I told myself that I'm going to learn this. I'm not the best at it, but I'm proficient enough to get my shit done. Mustang Guy 6501 says, the worst kind of car guys are the ones that laugh at newbies for trying to learn. I'll never laugh at you for trying to learn. Hell, I'm still trying to learn. Guys, I don't know how the hell to put these Renegade brackets on this Vortec over here. This stuff, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I guess people just assume, oh, you know how to do all of that. No. Do you know how many times me and Andrew looked up on the internet, like tried to find videos of how to install these brackets and what to trim and what to do? All the time. Andrew, I mean, we do this, okay? This is part of it. And that's the thing, you know, never be ashamed of that. Just get after it and do what you got to do. Nobody gives a shit where you got the information from. As long as you're willing to put in the work to get the information and then get the work done, then nobody cares. I'm proud of you. I don't expect you to come out of the womb and know how to do this type of stuff. Try to trash talk when we price a car for sale. You're a badass for just being honest. I'm just really trying to be honest with you guys. Look, this isn't popular. What I'm doing right now is not something that's very popular, and a lot of you guys are just like, I'm not feeling this shit. It doesn't matter, because here's the thing. If you're not feeling this, I completely get it. But if this makes a difference in one, are we still good? You gave me confidence to paint my own Fox after I close on my house. Cool, Drew, that's what I'm talking about, man. I don't mean you, Brutal. I mean, like on Facebook groups, yeah. Are we still here? Yeah, okay, we're good. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This was kind of one of those subtle church sessions. I really just wanted to hear what everybody had to say. You know, what's going on in your life? What do you need help with? And I ended up not really reading a lot of comments. But if you watch this video again, I think that there's some really good tips and tricks here. Here's what I want to leave you guys with, and I mean this, and this is not a popular opinion. I do not give a shit. I need you guys to hear this. Everything that you're going through is mental. It's all in your head. I say this all the time, and I mean it. As bad as things are, it's still mental. How you deal with them is in your own head. Really, really bad things can happen to you, and they're going to bother you. That's normal. But at some point, you got to pull yourself out of it, right? How long will it affect you? How bad will it affect you? Will you ever be the same coming out of it? That's up to you. Watch a person that's not, I'll say, mentally stable. Watch how they react. Really bad things can happen to them, horrible situations, and they can laugh through it, right? And they're just okay. They're just happy with life, to be alive and have life. Think about that. Bad things are happening to them, and they're okay with it. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. It's proof. That alone is proof that you can control how you feel. It's hard to do. And I know this doesn't set well with people, and I get it. Guys, pick yourself up by your own bootstraps. Don't wait for somebody to come and pick your ass up. Get up and do something. Remember this right here. I want you guys to always ask yourself this. If you were on your deathbed tomorrow, would you be happy with the life that you've lived? Or do you wish you would have done more? If the answer is no, you wish you would have done more, then start doing those things, because that day could be tomorrow. Nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. None of us. Make an impact on people. Talk to people. Inspire people. I don't care who it is. If it's somebody on the street, if it's somebody at school, at work, I don't care. Inspire somebody, okay? Yeah, pull yourself out of the rabbit hole. Boosted Ego, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We're going to end on a good note. I will tell you guys this. We should have the startup video. Hopefully, the car's not running yet. We should have the startup video for the Carbon Fox up next week, I hope. So, guys, stay tuned for that. We still got some bugs to work out. We got to get our tune. But I would think by next week, we'll have that car up and running. So, thank you guys, and as always, thanks for watching.